Hello, this is Nick with DIY Auto. Today we'll be doing some paint correction on my 2019 Golf R. With just over 20,000 miles, this 2019 Golf R has received a few little nicks and knacks here and there. Today we'll show you how to fix those problems. Working on your car? Head to DIY Auto. We have thousands of threads, from DIYs to builds, of all makes and models. Check it out and join our community of gearheads. DIY Auto, the ultimate gearhead encyclopedia. First off, start by cleaning your car and getting it as squeaky clean as you possibly can. After cleaning your vehicle, go over your car and try to find all your little chips and dings. I put a little piece of blue tape here and there to make it easier, so when I have my paint pen, I can just go over the whole car and I don't have to stop and think about trying to find each and one of these little chips. This cool trophy is from Detroit Headers. Link in the description below. Here is the primer and paint. This is OEM Volkswagen primer. Here is the indium gray metallic paint and clear coat paint pens. Start by getting your paint pen going. Push up and down to fill up the tip of the pen. Test on a surface and allow to dry to ensure it matches correctly. Before applying any paint, again, make sure your car is clean and then use some grease remover, wax remover to ensure the areas you're about to touch up are as clean as possible. Again, if you do not clean the areas beforehand, the paint will not adhere. So first, I'll be attacking this pretty deep scratch. This has gone down to the metal, so I will be using a bit of the primer and my brush to do a little touch up in this spot. If you have paint that's a little too high, you want to kind of buff it down. But I went over my scratches and it doesn't look like I have anything that is above the surface. So looks like I'm good to go to start putting clear coat on. Here I'll kind of show you or give you an idea of kind of what this is about, just so you can kind of understand. So you'll have your metal, primer, paint, and clear coat. And with that, you know, if you have down to metal, you want to add primer. If not, then you'll add one paint. And if it's just a clear, then you'll want to add clear. So kind of the whole point is to add your paint in and then add clear over that to kind of seal it all in. So I mean, you don't want paint to be over on top of the clear. And again, you kind of want to make it so that you're filling in the paint in the groove and then putting the clear coat over that. And then tomorrow again we'll go over with the rubbing compound to smooth it all out. Alright, so now that the clear is dry, we have a little kind of blob on top of the normal paint, of course, because we just added a little bit more clear on top to seal in the paint. So now the process to smooth that all out is we're going to have 2500 grit sandpaper, some spray bottle water, piece of plastic that will wrap around to kind of really get in there and smooth out this little area. And I'd also suggest to kind of do an inconspicuous area. I mean, maybe not jump right into your hood, but first we'll be doing the sand, and then we'll be doing some rough polish, some fine polish, and then we'll finish up with 2 coats of wax. So here we go. So I just did the wet sanding on 2 spots over here. I then did my more heavy duty rubbing compound. I just did my finishing compound, and I have to say, looks pretty good. I feel pretty confident to move on to more visual parts of my car. And after I'm all done with that, then I'll do 2 coats of wax, and I think it'll turn out pretty cool. One thing I would say too is you can definitely tell when you've got it evened out. It goes from, I don't know if you can hear this, but it kind of goes from giving you this rough noise, and then it'll just kind of smooth out and you won't hear really it cutting anything down anymore. I'm all ready to go. I would say the one thing though is I had 3 little spots that the paint chipped off. I would say either it wasn't clean, the paint didn't grip in there well, so I'm just gonna have to wax everything as the way it is because I got to go out of town, so I want it done. But when I come back, I'll try those spots again, and if you check out my link in the description below, you can read my thread on our website, and I'll talk more about that. Alright, first wax coat on, as they say, wax on, wax off. Alright, so I am done. I have finished the process, and here's what I think. Should this be something that you do it yourself, you consider it, or take it to a professional? I would say consider it. There was a few spots where I feel like I didn't sand it all the way down, or I didn't do it well enough, but overall I'd say 90% of it turned out really well. I can't even tell where the spots used to be. So as someone who's doing it for the first time and who watched a lot of YouTube videos and learned a lot from other people on how to do this, again, I would say to consider it and probably educate yourself a little bit more, and it's something with a little practice you can definitely get done. Thanks for watching. Join our community and share what you're wrenching on. Check out DIYauto.com, the ultimate gearhead encyclopedia.